Welcome back to RF Coins, your trusted destination for all things rare coins, numismatic history, and the hidden treasures right in your pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in modern US currency history, the 1982 Lincoln cent. You may think it's just a simple penny, but what if I told you that this tiny copper coin could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars? Yes, you heard that right. Some 1982 Lincoln pennies have sold for up to $18,000, and there's a good chance you might have one sitting in your old coin jar, wallet, or pocket right now. So, stay with me as we uncover the history, the varieties, the mystery, and most importantly, the true market value of the 1982 Lincoln cent, which currently trends at prices between 50 cents to well over $500 depending on the variety and condition, and in rare cases, even five-figure premiums at auction. This is not just a coin. It's a numismatic puzzle, a turning point in American minting history, and a goldmine for collectors. Let's get started. To understand the value of the 1982 Lincoln penny, we need to rewind a bit and look at why this year changed everything. Before 1982, all US 1-cent coins, or pennies, as we know them, were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. These copper coins had been in circulation for decades. But by the early 1980s, the price of copper started rising sharply, to the point where the metal inside a single penny was worth more than the face value of the coin itself. This created a big problem for the US Mint. It was becoming too expensive to produce a coin that was only worth 1 cent. So in 1982, a major change happened. The Mint decided to transition the composition of the Lincoln cent from solid copper to a copper-plated zinc planchet. The new pennies had a zinc core, coated with a thin layer of copper, still giving the appearance of a traditional penny, but at a fraction of the cost. But here's where it gets fascinating. 1982 wasn't a clean break. It wasn't just one switch, it was a transitional year, meaning both copper and zinc versions of the penny were struck in the same year. Now let's break it down. In total, the US Mint produced 7 distinct varieties of the 1982 Lincoln cent. These varieties are based on two major factors: metal composition, either copper or zinc, font style, either large date or small date 1982 copper, large date 1982 copper, small date 1982 zinc, large date 1982 zinc, small date 1982 D copper, large date 1982 D zinc, large date 1982 D zinc, small date. Weight. Did you notice something strange? That's right. There was no known 1982 D small date copper, until one was discovered. For years, collectors believed that the 1982 D penny was only made in the zinc composition with both large and small date varieties. But then, something incredible happened. In 2016, a collector discovered a 1982 D small date penny that was actually made from the older, heavier copper planchet. It was sent to the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and authenticated. This turned out to be a genuine mint error, an extremely rare transitional variety. This coin later sold for over $18,000 at auction. To this day, fewer than 5 confirmed examples are known, making this variety one of the most valuable modern Lincoln cents in existence. So how can you tell if you have one? A magnifying glass or coin loop. Copper pennies weigh around 3.11 grams, zinc pennies weigh around 2.5 grams. So if your 1982 D penny weighs about 3.11 grams and has a small date, congratulations. You could be sitting on a goldmine. You should immediately have the coin authenticated by PCGS or NGC, as the difference between a 5-cent coin and an $18,000 coin comes down to correct verification. Also, use a magnifier to examine the date style. Small date versus large date can be tricky to spot, but here's a quick tip. On the small date, the number 2 has a sharper curve and the top of the 8 is almost level with the bottom. On the large date, the 8 appears taller and more rounded. Let's talk numbers. Depending on the variety and condition, here's what 1982 Lincoln cents are selling for in today's market. Known examples certified by PCGS in MS63 to MS65 have auctioned for well over $10,000. Collectors are always hunting for high-grade versions, especially full red coins in mint state. In fact, many 1982 pennies are being submitted to grading services right now just to search for a possible jackpot. The 1982 Lincoln cent represents more than just a change in composition, it's a moment in history that it symbolizes how economic factors influence coinage, how transitional errors can sneak past the mint, and how ordinary coins can become extraordinary treasures. This is why coin collectors around the world are obsessed with this particular year. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a beginner collector, the 1982 penny offers excitement, challenge, and possibly a massive reward. It's not just a coin. It's a riddle. And anyone can solve it, even you. So here's what I want you to do next. Go grab your coin jar. Dig through your pocket change. Look inside your family's old drawers. And start weighing those 1982 pennies. If you find something interesting, drop a comment below. I'd love to help you identify it. Who knows, maybe your coin will be featured in our next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on valuable coin content like this. This is RF Coins, where every coin tells a story, and sometimes, that story is worth thousands of dollars. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy hunting, and may your next penny be the one that changes everything. Welcome back to RF Coins, your go-to place for rare coins, hidden treasures, and unbelievable coin values that might just be sitting in your pocket right now. Today, we're diving into a truly fascinating story, the 1993 Lincoln penny. That's right, a coin that many of us might ignore or toss into a jar could actually be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, even up to $585,384. You heard that right. Just one little penny from 1993 with a small d under the date could secretly be a hidden gem. If you're a collector, hobbyist, or just someone who's curious if their change is worth something, stick around, because you don't want to miss this. Let's start with the basics. The 1993 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, Colorado, as indicated by the little d mint mark beneath the date on the coin's obverse, the side that features President Abraham Lincoln. Now, 1993 wasn't exactly considered a rare year at the time. Over 6.4 billion of these pennies were produced at the Denver Mint alone. That's right, over 6 billion. So you might be thinking, how can a coin with such a huge mintage be worth more than $500,000? Here's the kicker: rarity alone doesn't determine value. It's about errors, mint condition, and exceptional demand among collectors. And that's where things get very interesting. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, replacing the Indian head cent. It was created to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Victor David Brenner designed the coin, and his initials, VDB, have a long and controversial story of their OWN. By 1993, the Lincoln cent had already been through a few changes. The original 95% copper content had been reduced in 1982 due to rising metal costs, so by 1993, these pennies were made of 97.5% zinc with only a thin copper coating. That makes any coin errors involving the planchet, the metal disc before it struck, extremely valuable. So what makes the 1993 Lincoln penny worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? It comes down to rare mint errors and pristine condition. Here are a few error types that could skyrocket a 1993 penny's value. This is when the image is struck twice with a slight set. It causes doubling in the lettering, especially noticeable in God We Trust and Liberty. Some of these have sold for thousands of dollars. If the coin is not perfectly aligned during minting, you get part of the design missing or shifted. Off-center strikes greater than 50% with full visible dates and mint marks are worth hundreds or even thousands. These happen when the die begins to break down, causing raised lines or blobs of metal where there shouldn't be. The more dramatic and unusual, the more desirable to collectors. This is when the coin is missing a curved section due to an error in the blanking process. Combine that with a visible date and mint mark, and you're looking at serious money. Extremely rare. If a 1993 penny was struck on a leftover bronze planchet from pre-1982, the value could skyrocket into 5 or 6 figures. Aside from errors, another huge value factor is grade. Coins are graded by services like PCGS and NGC, and a high mint state grade like MS67, MS68, or higher is extremely rare. For a 1993 penny. 1 verified sale of a 1993 Lincoln cent graded MS69 red, almost perfect, fetched a jaw-dropping $585,384 at auction. That's not just hype, that's a real result for a real coin, sold to a collector who knew its true worth, and yes, it was a normal-looking penny to the untrained eye, but it was flawless. No scratches, no wear, full luster, sharp strike, and that brilliant red copper tone that collectors crave. So, how can you tell if your 1993 D Lincoln cent is valuable? Sharp details: check Lincoln's hair, coat, and the Lincoln Memorial reverse. Weak strikes or damage decrease value. No signs of wear. A coin must look untouched to qualify for mint state grades. Bright red luster. Coins are categorized as red-brown or brown-red. Coins are worth the most. Visible mint errors. Look closely with a magnifier. Any doubling, striking issue, or misalignment might be your goldmine. Get a coin microscope, check the date and mint mark, and if you suspect something valuable, send it in for professional grading. As of today, the coin market is hot. The 1993 D Lincoln cent has exploded in popularity as more collectors enter the game. Regular circulated 1993 D pennies are worth face value. 1 cent. A nice uncirculated one can fetch between $2 and $10. Error coins or semi-rare mint state grades can sell for $50 to $1,000. And a perfect condition coin with a major error? That's where you see numbers like $5,000, $50,000, or even $585, $384. The value will continue to rise as high-grade specimens become scarcer and more collectors compete to own them. So next time you see a 1993 D penny in your change, don't ignore it. That tiny coin might just be worth a fortune. Look closely, be curious, and consider getting your coins graded professionally. ATRF Coins, we're all about uncovering the hidden stories behind the coins in your pocket. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a coin worth collecting or cashing in. Let us know in the comments, have you ever found a valuable coin in your collection? Maybe a 1993 D penny hiding in plain sight? We'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and never underestimate the power of a penny. Welcome back to RF Coins, the place where coins come to life. Today, we're diving deep into the 1994 D Lincoln cent, a coin that might be sitting quietly in your pocket change, in an old jar, or hidden in a forgotten drawer, but could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars if you know what to look for. Don't underestimate this little copper-plated zinc coin. The 1994 D Lincoln penny has more to it than meets the eye. Its fascinating history, subtle errors, and rarity in top condition have made it one of the more sought-after pennies by collectors. And with a market value reaching as high as $585,383, you're going to want to watch this video until the end. Let's get started with everything you need to know about the 1994 D Lincoln cent. The Lincoln cent has a proud legacy. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. The 1994 D penny was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark under the date. That year, over 7.1 billion of these coins were struck, which sounds like a lot. And it is. But here's the twist: only a tiny fraction of those coins have survived in perfect condition, and even fewer with rare mint errors, making them extremely valuable. In 1994, the U.S. Mint was using copper-plated zinc planchets, which were cheaper to produce than the 95% copper coins used before 1982. These newer planchets were more susceptible to corrosion and wear, which means mint state examples from this era are much harder to find. The obverse of the 1994 D penny features the classic bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. His initials, VDB, can be found on the reverse, near the bottom of the coin, beneath the wheat stalks on older designs, or near the base of the Lincoln Memorial on newer ones. The reverse design in 1994 features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. Look closely. If you have good eyes or a magnifying glass, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside the memorial. These fine details are crucial when determining a coin's strike quality, which significantly affects its value. Now let's talk about the exciting part: errors and varieties. These are the coins that collectors go wild for. Some 1994 D pennies show doubling on the date, the word liberty, or the motto, "In God We Trust." These are highly prized and can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on condition. If the coin was struck off-center, especially if 50% or more of the design is missing but the date is fully visible, it can fetch $50 to $300 or more. Clipped planchet. This occurs when a part of the coin's edge is missing due to a minting mishap. These errors are relatively easy to spot and can be worth $30 to $100 depending on the severity. Die cracks and cut. Small raised lines or blobs along the rim or across Lincoln's face or body can signal a die crack or cut, which are also collectible and can raise the value of the coin. Coin grading plays a huge role in value. A 1994 D penny in average circulated condition might only be worth a few cents. But in mint state condition, especially MS 66, MS 67, or MS 68, the prices increase dramatically. May even reach values close to $585,383, according to top auction records. That's right, the combination of rarity, condition, and error can make even a common-looking penny worth a small fortune. Now, let's talk about today's market. As of this year, the coin collecting market has seen a surge in interest, especially with younger collectors and online auctions driving up demand. Sites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Great Collections have listed high-grade 1994 D Lincoln cents that sold for thousands of dollars. Double die obverse with heavy doubling on Liberty sold $4.1950. Ultra rare full red proof like 1994 D sold for an astonishing $585,383. One of the highest recorded sales for a Lincoln penny from the 90s. This coin is not just a cent, it's an investment if you know what to look for. How can I find one of these valuable 1994 D pennies? Great question. Search pocket change, check every penny that comes your way. You never know, look through bank rolls, buy penny rolls from your bank and search through them, visit coin shows and flea markets. Some people sell off coins without knowing their true value. Ask friends and family. Older generations might have jars of coins that haven't been touched in decades. Use a loupe or magnifying glass, especially for spotting doubling or small mint errors. If you think you found a valuable 1994 D penny, here's what to do: get it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. Take high-quality photos to show the color, luster, and any errors. Do not clean the coin. Cleaning can destroy its numismatic value. Research recent auction prices for coins with similar grades or errors, listed on a trusted platform, or take it to a coin dealer or show for professional advice. So, the next time you see a simple penny with a D under the 1994, don't ignore it. That unassuming cent could be worth more than you ever imagined. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned collector, the 1994 D Lincoln cent is a thrilling coin to chase. It holds a unique place in US coin history, and it might just hold a jackpot for you. Hit that like button, subscribe to RF Coins for more rare coin stories, turn on the notification bell so you never miss a treasure, and share this video with your friends. You could be helping them find a fortune in their own pocket change. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep hunting, keep collecting, and keep believing that your next coin could change everything. See you in the next video. Welcome back to RF Coins, the ultimate channel where history, rarity, and hidden treasure all come together, one coin at a time. Today, we're diving into a coin that might just be sitting in your pocket change right now, and it could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even over $500,000. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 2013 D Lincoln cent, a small, copper-plated coin with a big story. If you've never paid much attention to pennies before, this is the video that will change how you see them forever. So buckle up, grab your magnifying glass, and let's uncover the mystery and massive value behind the 2013 D Lincoln penny. The 2013 D Lincoln cent, a quick overview. Minted in Denver in 2013. This penny features the famous image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, just as it has since 1909. But behind this familiar face lies a web of history, minting precision, hidden errors, and collector obsession. 2013 marked over a century of Lincoln on the penny, and the mint continued to produce these coins by the billions. But here's where things get interesting. Not all 2013 D Lincoln cents are equal. Some were struck under unusual conditions, others contain valuable errors, and a few, yes, just a few, are extraordinarily rare. What makes the 2013 D penny valuable? Most pennies from 2013 are worth, well, 1 cent. But some rare varieties and error coins have sold for staggering amounts at auctions, with values reaching $500,000 plus for the right specimen in mint state or with dramatic errors. But why? Error coins are the hidden gems of coin collecting. They happen when something goes wrong during the minting process. For the 2013 D Lincoln cent, collectors have found errors such as double die obverse doubling on Lincoln's eye, lips, or date die cracks or die chips, which appear like raised metal blob center strikes, when the coin isn't perfectly centered in the press BE errors, a die crack between the B and in LIBRTY coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC are ranked on a scale of 1 to 70. Coins from 2013 in MS68 or higher are extremely rare, especially for circulation coins. In fact, one 2013 D penny graded MS69 RD, almost a perfect coin, sold at auction for $585,381 due to its rarity, condition, and demand among collectors. That's right. A penny worth almost $600,000. Sometimes the Denver Mint produces coins with unique die varieties, tiny differences caused by wear or damage to the dies that struck the coins. These include special features that make a coin distinct and traceable, making them more valuable in the eyes of collectors. Coins with unusual toning, deep luster, or struck through grease errors can also bring high values if they're in demand or very scarce. History of the Lincoln cent. Why it still matters. Introduced in 1909 to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, the Lincoln cent was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Over the decades, it has undergone several design changes, from the wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial, and now to the shield reverse, which was introduced in 2010. The shield reverse represents Lincoln's preservation of the Union. The design shows a Union shield with a single banner, symbolizing unity and strength. The 2013 D penny carries this design, along with over a century of history and symbolism, market demand and current value. Let's talk numbers. In uncirculated roll form, they may sell for 10 to 50 cents each. Certified coins in MS66 or MS67 range from $5 to $100. MS68 RD pennies can fetch $500 to $1,000. A rare MS69 RD or high-grade error coin could sell for $10,000 to $50,000 or more. The record auction price? $585,381, sold to a private collector hunting for perfection, and prices are still rising. With fewer top-grade coins found each year, demand continues to build. Collectors, dealers, and investors are constantly scanning their change, hoping to strike it rich with a coin most people overlook. How to find a valuable 2013 D penny? So how can you find one of these rare coins? Search your pocket change. Yes, even today, these coins can still be found in circulation. Check coin rolls from the bank. Penny hunting is a favorite method for finding gems. Look for errors with a magnifier. Even small mistakes can mean big bucks. Preserve the condition. Handle with gloves. Avoid touching the surface, and store safely. Get it graded. If you think your penny is special, have it certified by PCGS or NGC. Final thoughts. Don't underestimate the power of a penny. The next time someone tells you pennies are worthless, show them this video. A simple, copper-colored 2013 D Lincoln cent might look ordinary, but with the right condition, the right error, or just the right collector's eye, it can transform into a $500,000 treasure. Coins tell stories. They hold value, history, mystery, and sometimes, unimaginable wealth. And that's why we do what we do here on rfcoins.so. What are you waiting for? Call to action. Smash that like button if you love coin collecting. Subscribe to RF Coins for more rare coin breakdowns and hidden treasures. Comment below if you've ever found a 2013 D penny, or any crazy coin in your change. Share this video with friends and collectors, because this is the kind of info you don't want to miss. Thank you for watching, and until next time, happy hunting, and always check your change. RF Coins, where every coin tells a story.